This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by a very popular Shane McGuigan here in Manchester. Shane, how are you finding your life up north?
Say that?
How are you finding your life and your time up north?
Oh yeah, great. I haven't been here long. I've only been here a couple of hours, so I'm going back down tonight. I've got sparring with Ellie Scottney and Caroline. Both, one's fighting for a world title in the IBO in Caroline, and Ellie's defending hers. So, and also Hassan's out on the September 30th. So, it's a brief pit stop, and then I'll come up again tomorrow night. So lots of miles for me, but yeah, it's just, I like Manchester. I've had many good nights up here.
Well, hopefully you'll have another good night come Saturday night. And the man who you're training has just walked in behind you, Adam Azim. How's the hand looking? How's it been in camp? Any kind of recurrences of the issue?
No reoccurrences, no. It wasn't a ligament or a bone issue. It was just an unfortunate infection. I mean, there was swelling there originally because he did hurt his hand originally, but then and then obviously he got it cut, he got an infection on it. So all good. Been a great camp.
I imagine he'll be very eager to step between the ropes. Those initial rounds, Shane, how important will it be that he doesn't kind of let, not the occasion get to him, but he doesn't kind of let the frustrations of having to delay his ring return get the better of him, and he just kind of goes all guns blazing?
Nah, it's Adam. He loves the gym. Like he'd be in the gym every day of the week if he could. Do you know what I mean? It's like weekends he's sitting there twitching to get back in. So he loves it. I think he'll be quite measured.
What are you hoping that he does show on Saturday night?
Patience. Yeah, he's in against a guy that's well schooled. He's got a good record. He's only had the one defeat. Good record. You know, he dropped Timo Schwarzkopf quite a few times as well. So got a bit of pop. It's going to be a battle of breaking him down and staying focused, really. So it's going to be a fight that when he gets to world level, he will reflect and look at it and think, that was a fight I needed at this time in my career.
Shane, obviously, whilst I got you, you mentioned Caroline Dubois getting ready for her fight. How is Caroline looking?
Great, fantastic. Yeah, she's looking really good. Sparring 10 rounds tomorrow, so weight's in a good place. Everything's in the right trajectory.
Obviously, Caroline's here. You've got Michaela Mayer fighting on Saturday night. Is there still an intention to try and make that fight? Obviously, because Michaela's moving up in weight, do you think that's somewhat not going to happen now?
I don't know. I think, you know, her intentions was to move up to lightweight. She didn't even have I mean, I think she had one fight at lightweight and then she's gone straight up. So, listen, Caroline Dubois' career doesn't, you know, lie on the shoulders of Michaela Mayer. It's just a fight that would be great to make, and I think it's a fight that she would win and win well. So, if the fight's not there, we'll move on and we'll pick different opponents.
I know obviously you've got the first fight for the IBO title to look forwards to, but beyond that, we've spoken in the past about how far off a potential Katie Taylor fight. You've said she's ready for that. It's just kind of believing in herself. She comes through that title fight, she claims that. What next?
Well, look, it's her first 10-rounder, so you know maybe she'll have a couple of defences of it. I don't know if Katie Taylor's got. I would have rather this almost for like an IBF final eliminator or something like that. Yeah, but. We've gone down this route, and I think it will stand her in good stead. She's fighting for a title. She's got to get herself up for it. Also, the girls just come off a draw against Estelle Mosley, Olympic gold medalist at 2016 Rio as well. So shows you the standard that the girls at as well. So it's not an easy fight, but one that she should win well. And it's just dealing with. She's headlining for the first time. She's in a 10-rounder, so there's a lot of pressure that comes off the back of it. We might have a few defences of it, and then we'll see what Katie Taylor decides to do with her career and try and pick up a belt.
Shane, what's the latest with CBS?
Looking like November, I think. So.
Any closer towards a name you can kind of tell us? Obviously, there's a lot of talk about the Masterneck fight, this Okoli rematch. What do you think seems more likely at this point?
We'll have to see. I think Chris wants to go down to 154 and box Crawford. Now
that's a tough cut. That is.
It's doable. No, it's look, we'll see. We'll see.
Also, Shane, I just want to get your thoughts on this past weekend. An old charge of yours, Daniel Dubois, falling short in his unified heavyweight title fight. What did you make of his efforts out in Poland?
Yeah, I thought he put a decent account of himself. Daniel's a very good fighter. He's very good in the gym. He hasn't showed what he's capable of out on the main lights, and I don't think he really showed much more than what he showed today. You know, against Usyk, he sat back. He didn't press the fight as much as he should have. He was looking for singles too much. He had a burst where he threw a few combinations and he started to get success, but he backed off. So there were some positives there. He obviously went into the late rounds at Usyk, who's a very seasoned, clever, sharp operator. So yeah, I mean, it's a fight that he can mature off.
Was it a low blow?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it kind of grabbed the cup and went up, but you know, it's not so much that. It's also just the way the ref didn't conduct it right. If the ref conducted it right and started counting, Usyk would have jumped up. You know, he milked it for sure. He would have jumped up. He still was hurt. So if he did jump up, those are the questions that you need answered. But really, Daniel lost a lot of rounds. Yeah, he didn't look in the fight, and he caught him with a good shot that was borderline. So I think people are getting hung up on the wrong things there, and I get it because they're a passionate supporter. But you know, it's one of them ones that, like, if the referee, that's the telling factor. Like, if the referee had started counting, what was Usyk's reaction? People might say he was too badly hurt, he would have jumped up. Other people said he would have jumped up. He might have took a knee later on in the round. Could have given Daniel a lot more confidence going into those later rounds as well, knowing that he hurt him. So it's just, there's a lot of variables there that we can't really answer as supporters and spectators. Really, it's down to the referee's call.
Shane, we saw him stopped by Joe Joyce, and then we saw him kind of guided through the fire in the Kevin Lerena fight where he had to rise off a canvas 3 times. Since that, some people have questioned, did he quit in the Oleksandr Usyk fight? What are your thoughts on anybody who suggested that?
I don't really want to comment on that, to be honest. I mean, like, it was 9 rounds or 10? Yeah. So he was 9 rounds into with one of the best, probably, you know, like one of the best pound fighters in the world. So, you know, Usyk's not a massive puncher, but he took a lot of shots. So, you know, you can't say someone quits if, you know, it wasn't the shot that jab at the end. It was the accumulation of shots, the volume of it, and people that sit back in an armchair, they say, oh, they can say, oh, he quit or whatever, but they're not the ones feeling the shots. So, you know, as fighters, you always register the accumulation. It's not just the one shot, it's the volume.
Shane, Smith-Eubank Jr. 2, repeat or revenge?
I think it's going to be a repeat. I think it's going to be a repeat. I thought Eubank was going to beat him in the first fight. I think he was going to outwork him and beat him on points. I just think that he's the one that's much more natural at the weight at this stage. I mean, he's 34, 35, Liam is, I think, and Eubank's a year younger than me, so 33. So, but they're both at the tail end. I mean, doing weight at that age of your career is hard, you know, and one's not doing weight, one's coming up. It's still not easy, but we're a much easier cut than what Eubank's going through. So I think that's going to be a telling factor. And punch resistance goes when you cut too much weight.
Right, Shane, it's a pleasure as always. I'm leaving now to stop being blinded by that sunlight, so thank you.
Cheers, Danny. Thanks, mate.